general fitness coaches, where do you see mistakes being made? I'm just generalizing. I asked you the same question with the general chiropractor. Fitness coaches, where do you see some holes in their armor?
Putting, how do I say this? What's the words I want to use? Having them all, like, I can't find a cooler way or a smarter sounding way to say this. Having them all do the same thing, putting them all in the same round hole or whatever, square peg, all, standardizing the program too much. It's not specific to the individual. And I think we've taken, from that same regard, taken it too far where we're like, everyone needs their own custom specific program. Probably not. Not everyone's that advanced, but should everyone be doing A, B, C, and X, Y, Z on the program that's written on the whiteboard today? Probably not, So that would off the bat be the first one, Let's educate our coaches more so, they know how to, I don't want to even use the word scale, customize the programming for that day based upon that individual and their movement abilities. Not everyone should be squatting. Let's have the ability to recognize that and have them do a lunge instead. And I don't mean just like sitting in the bottom of a squat or an air squat, but most people should not be back squatting or front squatting. They look like my dog taking a shit. They don't even come close to having the required mobility. So why do it? And also on top of that, do they need to be heavy back squatting? Like if that's something they think is cool, sure, let's work on it. But if they're just trying to go in and not be fat and maybe put on a little muscle, have them fucking lunge. It's way better. So having the ability to recognize simple things like that, and being able to make real-time adjustments, I think we could definitely educate our coaches more in that regard. I had another one too. The next one is, having the athletes, and I don't know how the hell you do this, having the athletes and clients actually be more present. Are you even aware of what you're doing? Are you just trying to move as fast as you can through the workout? And this isn't even exclusive to CrossFit nowadays, because everyone has their own boot camp, timed workout conditioning piece, whatever you want to call it. What the hell are the athletes doing? What are they supposed to be feeling? Like, let's talk about what this, I've given you 3 exercises that need to be done in 10 minutes on the board. Should you feel like you're going to vomit afterwards, or should you feel good afterwards? Should the quality of the movement be breaking down while you're doing it? Or should you be able to maintain a pace that maintains the quality? Like, talking about things like that too, and just kind of digging to a deeper level so they have a better understanding. Because I think it's too much. This is the workout. This is what we're going to do. Go, vomit at the end. There's the trash can over there. And there's, and I think if people, we don't need to be telling these people like, okay, we're going to have you front squatting. Your front squat should be at 85% of your back squat. This is going to focus more on your vastus medial. Like, they don't need to know that, but give these people a little understanding so they know why they're not vomiting at the end of the workout, and they know it's a good thing. You know what I mean? So I think things like that and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Glamorizing, making it cool to be dead at the end of the workout. No, it's not fucking cool. You're going to feel like garbage the rest of the day. You're going to be worthless. You're going to want to take a nap by noon. You're not going to have any brain power to do anything at your job. There's nothing cool about being in a puddle of sweat at the end. If anything, you want to finish your workout feeling fucking amazing and being jacked up for the day. That's a good workout, not the opposite. And I think we should stop, posting on social media on how, like, oh, I died today. I had to crawl out of the gym, or I puked twice on myself. Like, that's not cool. So, so making these things cool, I don't think is cool.
Yeah. Like, there's our trainer, Andy, and I talk about this a lot. How we're not us, but the general fitness community has sort of gotten away with like having body awareness. And like having an understanding of how they should move, how it should feel, what's being worked, right? Like I think Ito said this a while back, like they can read the owner's manual of their car, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
their body,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. 100%.
And when you are in the thick shit and you're like 180 heart rate and you're just chasing people and shortening range of motion. And I think there's a time and place for, and this too, but like intensity and whatever, depends on goals and the person, right? But for the most part, like you said, if someone's looking to maybe put on some muscle, lose some weight, be healthier, live longer, that generally chasing the crowd for faster times is not the way to go about that. Right?
It's also not healthy. Like, perfect example, my girlfriend right now, she's been to the games twice now on a team. So she's a high level CrossFitter. She's trying to go back for a third time. She's always sore. She's always tired. Like, she works a full-time job. If we sit down on the couch, or if I'm in the kitchen and she sits on the couch for 2 seconds, she's out. Ooh. She's asleep. Yeah, she's just like, she is not healthy right now. But it's like, that's not a healthy endeavor. You don't feel good. Like, there's nothing healthy about that. And it's funny you were saying that thing about Ito, because that made me think of a John Danaher quote. You know who John Danaher is, right?
Yeah.
So he was talking about the thing that impresses him most about Gordon Ryan is, and this also relates to just general level practitioners as well, is Gordon never gets emotional when he rolls. He never gets out of control. So if he does something wrong, he can relay it to John afterwards and be like, at 5 minutes into the match, I went for the armbar. The armbar didn't work because of X, Y, Z. So I think of that as, if I get too out of control, or I get too aggressive, or I let my heart rate elevate too much when I'm rolling, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know the mistakes I made afterwards. It's having the awareness to know afterwards, shit, that Kimura didn't work because I did this. Not, I was squeezing onto that Kimura for dear life and I have no idea why it didn't work. It's the same. To me, it's almost the same thing as that movement awareness you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't agree more. And I can relate to that tremendously in jiu-jitsu for sure. Yeah, awesome for sure. So I want to switch gears a little bit here. I ask a lot of people this question just because I get pretty amped up about it. In the last year and a half with the COVID pandemic, there was almost no mention or focus on improving natural immunity. Why do you think that the major media and we'll call them quote unquote decision makers decided to ignore having any kind of mention or focus or push for improving the health of humans?
Because it's boring. That's not exciting. Like, that's not going to get anyone to, newsflash, you eat like shit, you're going to look like shit. You're like, it's funny, everyone knows that, but everyone doesn't know that at the same time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, it's not exciting. It's not newsworthy. It's not going to capture anyone's attention. And not to sound like we could go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories here. It's who's that benefiting? That's benefiting the individual. It's not benefiting anyone else other than the person that wants to take control and action of their health. So for sure, simple answer, it's not exciting. And, I read a quote the other day that the best type of training is extremely boring, extremely monotonous. Nobody wants to see that on social media because it's the same fucking thing every day. You know what I mean? Staying healthy is extremely boring. It's the same thing repeated day after day, eating the same basic, simple, boring foods, doing the same, going on a walk, doing, whatever your training is going to be, it's not exciting. It's not going to catch your attention. Like, saying we've got a new Megatron virus. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the 8th booster that we have for it that's now going to do X, Y, Z. God, that's, I don't want to say exciting because I don't watch the news, but that's going to capture your attention more than you need to drink 8 cups of glass, 8 ounces of water a day, and be sure to eat X, Y, Z or ABC. It's everyone's like, oh, I know that already. I'm still not going to do it though.
Yeah, for sure. It's not entertaining.
No, exactly. It's not entertaining.
And we know entertainment sells and then, profits go up. Right. And I'll add on a little bit and I think you nailed it really well, is it doesn't really pay for us to be healthier from a
sounds terrible, but you're right.
From a corporate profit perspective. And I really wish, and I'm assuming most of our listeners get this already, but I really wish people could see this. Like,
yeah.
And if you call it a conspiracy theory, I'd say you really got to do more reading and research. But
yeah,
there is, from a business perspective, there is almost no, I'm talking pharmaceuticals, clickbait on Fox News, right? Like there's no profit in individuals being happy and healthy. Almost no profit.
No.
And so
no, I can't think of anything for them. You know what I mean?
No. So like if we cut sugar subsidies by 50%, now you've got these billionaire companies pissed off, right? You've got, Pfizer mad, Moderna mad, ratings are down because people are outside in their garden, instead of watching, Fox News. There is
getting
scared, right? So there's no profit in that. And so, I wish that people could, like we said before, have the body awareness and the expectation to focus on themselves, to be healthy and happy, and not rely on the news or the next booster or whatever it is to get them through what, we would coin as a pandemic. And regardless of your perspective on, the virus itself or, your fear factor and whatnot, I respect all of that, and vaccinations, I respect all that.
Yeah.
But it's, I think we need to be focused on nutrition, movement, sunlight, friendships, eating real food, and then see what happens,
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.